Goodness. Pardon me, everybody. I am sorry about the usual throat clearing. You know by now, if you're still sticking around, it's gross, it's annoying, I can't help it. I hate it. But here we are. Let me see if I need to adjust my audio. Give me just a moment here. Turn my mic down just a bit here. As I want my mic to be louder than the audio, but I don't want the audio to be too quiet like it has been in the past. Hold on. Let's try something like this. There we go. Now I feel like everybody should be able to hear it. And I'm watching the audio bars. They look good. Just for those who haven't seen the video, while I'm getting warmed up here, I'll just let this play. I need a couple seconds here anyways. I actually thought I had this on a delay, but I did not. Okay, sorry about that. I actually meant to hit the start button, but since I did, or not the start button, escape, I've got a rapid fire keyboard. I bumped the son of a bitch. I swear I wasn't trying to jump in. So I'm on a samurai right now. I don't plan on playing samurai once the Shadowbringers launches. It is, however, my highest level class right now, so I am just playing it so that I can go through these quests here. However, once I go through these quests and get caught up and ready for Shadowbringers, I am probably going to switch out and play something different. I might jump into like Astrologian or I don't know, who knows what. Just banned. So, back joining where I'm at now, I'm going to be starting on the quest Echoes of an Echo, and I'm tabbing out here so I can reference another screen I've got up here. Echoes of an Echo is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th quest in on patch 4.1, so you've only missed me doing 4 other quests before this one after the completion of Stormblood. I wasn't streaming before then, however, from here on out, what I'd like to do is go ahead and stream all my questing and put those into like an official kind of let's play series of their own, and then I'll also have like a another upload channel where I probably put myself just playing the game, doing random raiding or who knows, whatever I'm doing. As long as it's not main questing, it'll probably have its own little unique channel or tab. My puppy's whining, so let me go ahead and stop talking. I think that's my cue. I will jump right on in here and start in here on Echoes of an Echo. Oh my gosh, hold on. Are you stuck under the bed, buddy? Are you stuck under the bed, handsome? Hold on. Are you okay, buddy? Come here. Come here. I know. I pulled him out from under the bed, so he seems like a happier camper than he was. Hey, buddy. Poor puppy. I don't know that we solved anything exactly, but we've given Fordola something to think about at least. So, also, it's been about, I don't know, forever since I played this game, obviously, for patch point. I can't talk. I really didn't play this game much after I beat it when it initially came out, and I don't remember if that was like a year and a half ago, however long ago it was. That's about how long it's been since I played. So, forgive me if I don't get a lot of these names right, even if it seems like I should know them. Yeah, sorry. There we go. And I found something new to think about too. Good. I don't know about you, Flat. They call me Flat, and it's ridiculous. But the visions only come to me every now and then. From the way Frondola kept wincing, though, I kept feeling she's having them almost all the time. It's a lot of bad memories to deal with. Yep. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between one who was born of the Echo and one who has been artificially imbued with it? Huh? Well, the Immortal Flames have been scouring that research facility ever since the Liberation. There's a chance they may have some answers for us. General Aldine's overseeing the investigation. Let's go and pay him a visit, shall we? Oh, Aldin? Adeline? I don't fucking know. I'll hear it in a cutscene. There's one thing I gotta say I am kind of happy about, this game lately. Where the fuck am I going? As I remember, the English kind of used to be kind of old-timey and almost, I don't know. It was super difficult for me to read, I'll just put it that way, and I feel like they've kind of let up on it a bit. I can understand most of what the characters are saying these days, with a little effort. General Aldin. I wish I would just pronounce it. Yeah, let's go. Enter the Resonatorium. Sounds cool. Does it resonate? Feels awfully Witcher 3. Kind of like when I'm in the Witcher 3 hall, if it weren't destroyed and had some Magitech. What news? You spoke with Fordola, I take it? Yes. As expected, she didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Ehrenwald noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how Echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? We've been hard-pressed just to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the Scion's expert assistance, if you have the time to lend a hand, of course. Why not? Gather information. Let's do it. I see one thing to gather information on sparkling at me already. Okay, this feels like straight up fucking Genova. This is Genova. And if they didn't, or if that's not Genova, I don't know, I feel like they missed an opportunity. The device in which trial was held seems to be more ominous now that you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked Supply Subject, while this one bears a label Master Subject. The Ironworks received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices, and I've been recording everything of interest. Did you notice the labeling? All the pods are designed to drain the aether of the occupant, save that one right there. Let me guess, it sucks it in? Oh! Unlike the others, the interior has been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. I just did. I fucking guarantee you I just did. The other one sucked the power in. What could that one do? Juice someone up. You look suspicious. Oh, hi. So many bodies. Every one of them victim of these experiments. talking in my best female voice.
Few show any signs of external injury. From what we've been able to determine, they perished from forcible extraction, aether extraction, pardon me. Such a miserable way to die.
Well, I gathered all the information I think we need, Robin. And jack shit further than we just were. Raubon. If I can find, oh man. I know little less of science. Oh wait, I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on this facility's operations would be much appreciated. Flat, shall we start with you? Well, sir, I found out there's a girl who doesn't know anything and a guy who told me about some tanks that apparently suck energy and give it back to someone else.
Interesting. Yes. Taken in combination with the testimonies of the Krell and Thancred, we do begin to see exactly what the Imperials are attempting here. Do you? The enhancement procedure entailed infusing a single candidate with aether siphoned from a multitude of supply really? As for the master subject, in the case of Krell, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model in which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. Okay, I think Krell's that little Taru girl. In other words, they were trying to recreate Krell's echo. I believe so, which would explain our prisoner's present state. That's how I imagine him talking, really. Krell is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seemed probable that the procedure engendered the same acute sensitivity in Fordola. Okay. The soldiers who guard Fordola, many of them lost friends and family to the skulls. Scrolls? I don't know, I looked away, sorry. And there's a sentry at the door, and there's a sentry at her door night and day. She can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their past. Poor girl. But you don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain. Imagine what it would do to you. You'd never be the same again. Indeed. As you may recall, Ysael was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Hailshar. These years past. Don't remember how to pronounce that shit. Fordola has been forced to experience the agony of those whose lives she's destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. That explains the request to be executed. Sounds to me like the kind of justice. Sounds to me like a kind of justice, yes. Regardless, she could suffer for now. Agreed. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garlemald, there will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone, to an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these godforsaken procedures, and Fordola remains our best source of information. She'll not be getting her wish. Not yet. Right. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to passion. But not if it's feigned. I understand. Thank you, General. You're being redundant. Come, we should leave. Yeah, let's go. Figured you'd say that. About face! March! I did some chittin', did some chatting. And my friends, that was Echoes of an Echo. Well, it's about to be Echoes of an Echo after I watch this. Voice acting. Sorry, hold on. Taking a drink here. I could go looking for answers about the Echo and end up getting schooled by Rabon. Yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm going to do. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. General Aldin is a veteran of countless campaigns. Lice. Like head lice?
You cannot compare yourself to Commander of his experience. I know, but I also know that I couldn't have convinced that mob to give up and go home. Makes me realize how much we rely on his authority, and how much I still have to learn. I
wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. Are we going to the trouble of winning it back? Might he not want to stay?
Sorry, I read that comma weird. 'Tis a quandary with countless refugees who now... Wait. 'Tis a quandary with countless refugees now face. Which countless refugees might face? God damn, I can't read. Which countless refugees now face. Oh my god. To continue the life they built in Eldar, to start again in the land of their birth. Oh. Flat, a moment. Let me see him. Oh god. I'm newly returned from Eldar with a message from... I cannot do that. From Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest convenience. Yeah. Well, I must away and attend other business. Until my next time, friends. Until next time, my friends. I'm pretty sure that your dad was cheated on. An audience with the Sultana. Depending on the nature of her consultation, this might be a perfect opportunity to inquire about the General's future plans. Oh. Yes, we'd like to know all about those, Alphinaud, but not everyone's as comfortable interrogating royalty as you. Take notice of him, Flat. Take no notice of him.
Oh, I'm stupid.
The brainiacs behind these fucking schemes are always like falling into the dumbest traps. Alright. What do I get? What do I get? The Sultana's strings. Well, the question of how to get the Mad King's treasures to good... the question of how to put the Mad King's treasure to good use shows no signs of answering itself. Shall we be about it, Arnvald?
I'm at your beck and call.
And I should be getting back to my own tasks. I'll organize a squad to head down into the ruins and start preparing for the big meeting. Oh, and send Nanamo my regards, Flat. Nanamo.
Okay.
And ours too, if you please. We shall see you on our return. Yep. Send me to the steps of Nad. Why I'm so sad to go to the steps of Nad. Where am I going, first of all? To the Chamber of Rule. Hello, Bartholomew. Ugh. You are expected, my lord. Please proceed. What's up?
I thank you for answering
Thank
my
God.
summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy. The liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel. I speak of Rauban and his future.
So, Rabon? I speak of Rabon and his future. Rabon. Alright, I got it.
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Uldar home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side. I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt. Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears. Might I have your company for a brief adventure? Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Don't want to. My character would not want to do this, really. When she said meet me outside, the bitch like, gonna send me all the way back here. You can't just fucking chat with me. Can't walk with me. Nope. I do like how colorful this is. That is pretty cool. Oh wait, where am I going? What's the closest to that to the Adventurers Guild? What do you think of the Lilira, the merchant's daughter? This is the, I don't know, Lilira? This is the disguise I don when I wish to leave the palace and observe my subjects unnoticed. Yes, your peasants. Ordinarily, Papa-san would accompany me, but for this particular outing I needed an advisor, not a minder. And that is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures, you have met people of all walks of life in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your worldly experience. Now, let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the Gate of Nad. Evil. Guess I'll go outside town. Not what I was wanting to do.
Look upon this procession of tattered tents. These refugee camps and squalor at the mercy of the elements of Thanlin's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is, and unless blessed by the hand of Nad himself, no refugee could ever hope to avoid dwelling in Ul'dah. I like calling it Nad instead of Nald. I'm doing it on purpose. 20 years have passed since the fall of Alamigo, and 5 since the calamity. Yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. Yep. You've done your best. Your Grace. Your hands have been tied. Your Grace. Option C. I agree. You did your best and it wasn't good enough. Huh? My best has not been good enough. Yeah, exactly what I was trying to say. Thank God. Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy air. Okay. This just feels inappropriate. Give me something different. Whatever. Flying eyeball it is. Woo. I got this way to get up there? Not entirely sure. I don't know where I thought I was going anyways. It was here, in this holy and remarkable place, that my mother and father met their doom. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning from the inspection of our interests in the Eastern Thanland when an untimely rock slide crushed their carriage. To this day, it is not certain if the incident was simple misfortune or expertly planned assassination. Robin, once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth. He assumed I must surely crave, but I refused. Even though my parents' deaths were orchestrated by monetarists, yeah, sorry. We could have only brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. My reading is getting bad. Thus I did plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens, quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have for you and yours. I shudder to think of how many godly souls paid the price for my naivety. But I am no longer a child reciting words of witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn to the monetarists' damnable games. Okay, can we go to the next spot? Good my burst, you are one of the few people who I'm feeling I can speak my mind. Come, let us return to Ul'dah and visit the Colosseum. Oh. When you leave, you don't go far, do you? From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years I simply signed where I was told to sign and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from the ignominious chapter of my life.
Sorry, my throat. For it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Rabon. The match I had been invited to attend was not at all what I expected. They had pitted the Bull of Alamigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinker though I was not to stand for so obvious an injustice, and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another, and my royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Rabon to die in the sands that day. Regardless, my intervention meant that Rabon had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did. And when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theater. But you know, Rabon is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting in the blood sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to not only buy his freedom, but a seat at the syndicate. And then I had my blade. Here we go. Cutscene, apparently. I'm sure I'll still have to read it. Oh, I'm getting a headache here, guys. Hold on. What kind of ghetto noise was that?
You mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
Looks so dumb. I hate
It
Tarus.
seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum. Come on!
Your Grace, I have kept the promise made.
My head smacked my headset,
So
sorry.
you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Uldar. And so, as tradition dictates, Rauben Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last. Long live the Sultana, and long live Uldar!
Hey. Words cannot express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papa Shan. Papa Shan's love for me is that of a grandsire for his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Rabon, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which I could cut the strings that bound me. Only want money. Yay! Now we gotta listen to more crap. Seems lost in thoughts of the past, yeah. We must make haste. My absence will not go unnoticed by the Sultan Sworn. I was right. Sultan Sworn for long. There are other places I would visit. Sorry, a lot of these words I have never heard of before. Sultan Sworn. I mean, I don't know. Strange stuff for me to read through. Anyhow. To the Azerneth Ossuary. Azerneth Ossuary? Something like that? yeah. I tried, man. I tried. Anyone who wants to hassle me on my pronunciation, yeah, good. Go for it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here anyway. Yeah, I have a feeling it wasn't that easy. Well, that doesn't help. Okay, there we go. Jeez, why was that so hard for me? Give me chat. Give me chat. Give me chat. It's gonna be fucking... Knew it. When the calamity threatened, Raban led the alliance. Yeah, I knew I read that fucking right the first time. When the calamity threatened, Raban led the alliance forces into battle on the plains of Cartaneo? Cartaneo? I don't know, and I remain here. I prayed with all my heart that Archon Luiseo would have the power to rouse the 12. Luiseo? I don't know. Since that day, I've made a custom of visiting the shrine during each of my excursions. Here, I seek the blessing of the Thal to reflect upon my choices and ask myself if I am fulfilling my duties as Sultana. You are rightly celebrated as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for the good of Eorzea. In much the same way, I believe the measure of the monarch lies in how she leads her people in times of adversity. Yep. I find to be Sultana worthy of the name. I cannot turn a blind eye to the troubles facing Ul'dah. I have chosen my path, Flat. With Alamigo now freed from imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. Good. Already many displaced Alamegans seek to begin the long trek home. To facilitate that process, I have made a small contribution, an artisan school in Raga's Reach for any who wish to learn new trades. Realistically, however, it will take years for such training to yield tangible benefits. But we do not have years. These people will need shelter and employment if they are to survive, and this time the Ul'dah Treasury shall provide. Precisely where and how they will locate the necessary funds is of course another question. Of course it is. Want to not seek advice from employees of refugees. I mean, I'm not a fucking treasurer. Nothing, If even one of your worldly experiences at a loss, it would seem I have no choice but to seek someone more well versed in monetary matters. No shit. I wonder, are you acquainted with Godbert Manderville? Apparently. Then I need not explain his eccentric nature. Let us make our way to the landing, and I will see that word is sent to the Gold Saucer. Godbert should be only too glad to receive us. Oh, giddy. The Golden Saucer, my favorite. Is there one of these at the airship landing? Where's the easiest way to get to the airship landing from here? I don't know where the stupid lift is at. Damn it. I think I kind of know where it's at, actually, funny enough. It's been so long. Let's take me to the airship landing. Yes. I've ridden aboard a public airship before, but this shall be my first visit to the Gold Saucer. I must confess to some excitement. Apparently I was trying to go somewhere I couldn't. Anyways, can I just ride it? I want to take the airship to the Gold Saucer. Does it give me a little cutscene? Ugh, lame. Place is pretty cool. I had heard descriptions of its splendor, yet never dreamed it would be so bright and inviting. Well, it is. No, I couldn't possibly. We didn't come here to fritter away the royal coin. Godbert will be expecting us. Come, let us head directly to the lounge and ignore these gaudy temptations. Whatever. Yeah, you can't handle it. Where'd she go? I don't even see I believe this is where we are to meet Lord Mandeville. Shall we sit here while we await his coming? My apologies, Your Grace. I have kept you waiting. No apologies are necessary, Godbert. My request was sudden, and you were kind to make yourself available at such short notice. When my son's good friend and the Sultana herself come calling, there is no more important engagement. As to the purpose of my visit, I would have your thoughts on how the Crown might best aid the refugees residing in Thanlan. You are aware, I am sure, that many of Alamigo's displaced sons and daughters long to return to their newly liberated homeland, and you are also aware of how they will suffer without shelter and work to sustain them. I will use our nation's wealth to spare them that suffering. What advice have you for me on the matter of how it might be best distributed? The usual circumstances of our meeting and your Grace's choice of companion would suggest to me a desire for an honest and unvarnished opinion. I shall give you one. My advice to you is, stop. Taxing Ulda's wealth to save Alamigan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea. You oppose my proposition? I would too. Most sympathetically, I agree with your Grace that the refugees must have housing and employment. But what profit is there for Ulda in this arrangement? Profit? After all you've done for Griabanya's displacement, I thought you were the very last person to seek to benefit from their misfortune. Forgive me, Your Grace, but you appear to be laboring under a misapprehension. It's a fine endeavor to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that your stance is one born of pity. Your interest is to save the refugees, is it not? For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nature. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon it, to expect it. And then we must consider Ulda's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear you're spending the nation's coin to not improve their lot but to nurture the distant citizens of Alamigo, it's unlikely they will applaud your generosity. Surely it is not your grace's intention to foster new resentments, but to spread goodwill? Question mark. Indeed. Then any support I pledge to the refugees must promote self-sufficiency, whilst also serving the interests of the people of Ul'dah. Exactly so. Such an arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship with the returning Alamegans, even as it generates revenue required to win the approval of your subjects. Jesus, can't read. You have given me much to ponder, Lord Mandeville. I thank you for your candor. Yeah, me too. Bye. See ya. Wish these were voiced. Hey! Another quest down. Ugh, these Sultana quests are killing me here. They're so boring. Prophet. The thought never even crossed my mind. No shit. But standing about lamenting my naivety will not do anyone good. I shall consider my lesson learned and press on. Flat, are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? If my attempt at philanthropy is obliged to reap profit, it would seem wise to consult someone with a knack for business. Ordinarily, I would not trust an agent of the East Aldenard Trading Company, but if you hold this Hancock fellow in high esteem, I am content to be led by you. You may repay my faith by journeying to distant Kugane and speaking with him on my behalf. Fucking A! Eager though I am to visit those shores, I have not the leisure for a lengthy sea voyage. Assuming you will travel as adventurers are wont to do, I shall await your report by the Aetherite in Ul'dah. A fair journey to you, Flat, and a swift one, if you please. Yeah. Sure, why not? Let me just spend all my gold doing shit for you. Cost me like $1,000 just to go there, lady. It's like she doesn't care. I really just need to like trash everything in my inventory. It's all a bunch of garbage anyways. Like, it's all useless. I don't ever use any of it. Alright, where's this going? Guess I could have tried to teleport. What fun would that be? What's up, Hancock? Flat, to what do I owe the pleasure? Or are you here on business? I'm here on business. I beg your pardon, Her Grace the Sultana would have my opinion on how to best invest the wealth of Ul'dah. My dear Flat, I have you to thank for this recognition, I am sure, and I am flattered that you came to me, truly flattered. But why settle for a lowly apprentice when you could have the master? Haha! Upon matters of profit, there is no living soul better qualified to advise Her Grace than Chairman Lolorito, a man whose morning exertions are said to fill his garderobe with gold. I should be happy to arrange a meeting for you, say
at the Scion's former headquarters in Thanland? The Walking Sands would seem to be a suitably neutral venue for our negotiations, don't you think? Fare you well, Flat, and may your dealings prove fruitful. And now you're gonna send me way the fuck back there. I hate them. Yo, I set up a meeting, lady. This is just, I don't know. This expansion's kind of... a lot of people liked it. I thought it was kind of weeby. I'm not... I understand I'm playing a Japanese MMO, don't get me wrong, but... boy... They struck about every cliche they could on the head, put it that way. Anyways. Moving on. Welcome back, Flat. Did your merchant friend have any useful advice to share?
With Lolorito, and you agreed to this?
I'm well aware of his standing in a field of business, but I had hoped to keep the monetarist at arm's length, and him in particular. Nay, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn how to treat with him if I am to rule law effectively. Very well, I will meet with Lolorito. Let us go on ahead to the Walking Sands and prepare for his counseling, or for his coming. I could just chop him in half. If you don't want to deal with him. See, I like being teleported. So this is where the Scions first congregated. I have heard many tales, but never had the occasion to visit. To work then! The hour of meeting draws near, and I would gather my thoughts. Pray see to it that we have the appointed room to ourselves. Aye aye, Captain.
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help. You have made your point. 'Tis indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask. There, would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilira? Hmm?
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I am glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito, but shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say I am most eager to hear your proposal.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Alamigo. The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate. But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Uldar and Alamigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
'Twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more. To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Uldar. Ha! I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
How swiftly you identified the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would. Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gir Abania, and you know the land far better than I. Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
That desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Saltery and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient, and in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gil.
The local citizens will need to be consulted, of course, but I trust the East Aldenar Trading Company can be relied upon to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well-versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production. The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders, just as Your Grace desired.
A deal is struck then.
Hey. I fear it will be many years before I feel comfortable taking part in such negotiations, but I shall not complain. We have piqued Lolorito's interest and secured his invaluable expertise. Thank you, Flat. I could have done it without you. Yep, I know. One sec here, guys. By the way, in those last where they asked me where I should put this base, I had no fucking clue, to be honest with you. I'm just looking at how much there's, like, to do here. There's just so much talking, I'm getting tired. Ugh. I don't mind the cutscenes where they're talking. I could totally play through these otherwise. Securing the Saltery. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 quests. There's 3 left. I think I will go ahead and do another one. Our course is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my ministers begin work on implementing the particulars of the plan. Jeez.
If I could prevail upon you one more time, Flat, I would ask that you convey the details of our negotiations to Commander Hext on your return to Alamico. My thanks again. Together we have laid the groundwork for an endeavor which promises to benefit the peoples of Alamico and Ul'dah both. Yay, I'm important. Okay, where are we going? Grabanya. I obtained a bunch of gil and spent about half of it teleporting here. Cool. Lice! Head lice! Give me voice acting. Give me voice acting. I dare you. Knew it. Chickened out. Flat, you're back. What did Nanamo say? Sorry. Are you allowed to talk about your audience with the Sultana? Bitch! I'm allowed to do whatever I want. Ask me if I'm allowed to. So, Robon says he's going to return to Ul'dah, but he isn't sure what he wants to. Tell us something we don't know. But I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping our refugees come home. And this plan to revitalize the Saltery does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolorito's help is another question. After all that has happened, after all this happened, he is the very last person I would expect her to turn to for advice. But on a more practical note, assuming the interim government elects to accept Ul'dah's proposal, I have one caveat that I should like to include in the bargain, like you to include. Alamigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a fortune at our disposal, after all, and allowing Ul'dah to provide the entirety of the capital would afford Lolorito too much control. Honestly, Afanad, it's like Kugane never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do make a good point. First things first, we do need to discuss this proposal with the Saltery's residents. Whiskers, the cat. How do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what Watt thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. Right away, Commander. Would you mind coming along, Flat? I might need your help to fill in the details. Then I shall come as well. Should want to discuss figures, my knowledge on the nation's finances may prove useful. Yeah, just invite yourself. Bye! Yeah. Well. I guess I could have just flew. Not a big deal. I'm sorry, but this looks fucking ridiculous. So, what manner of mischief brings you young'uns to old Watts this time, eh? They want to rebuild the Saltery. Granddad, Flat, tell him about the deal. Flat tells him about the deal. Well, bugger me! We've never had the coin in the hands of to put the place back to how it was, but it sounds like that's about to change. There's just one small wrinkle in your plan. It doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who go near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to cull the buggers, but the Imperials weren't about to help the likes of us. Don't worry, Granddad. We'll take care of all that. Commander Hex has been talking about starting up the regular patrols, and I'm sure he'd assign me to the lock if I had asked. I appreciate that, Whisker, my lad. Truly I would. So does this mean you've gotten better with that blade of yours? I've been training but mostly to kill Imperials. You have some experience hunting monsters, don't you, Flat? Oh god, of course. Keep an eye on a few of the local beasties and teach them how to deal with them. Yeah, let's do that. Let's not waste any time. See you by the lock. I get there and he's dead. Whilst you are busy attending the local fauna, I shall have Master Watt explain to me exactly what is required to restore the Saltery to its former glory. Good hunting. What? Oh, he's just right here? Lame. Right then, Flat. I've got a spyglass here you can use to take a closer look at these pests. Once you've got their measure, you can tell me what to do and we'll see how we go. Or we'll see how well I get on them. Search your surroundings for yabbies. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a yabby by inspecting it with the cluster. What? I mean, is that one? Am I supposed to see something? What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I am observing it. You want from me? Drag rotate. Zoom. Click execute. Observe. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing for a minute. Looks like you found a yabby. They say hitting their shills like smacking a rock. Any suggestions? Hit their chin. Just did it as hard as you can. Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right then. Wish me luck. Can I watch them through the... I wanted to watch them through the telescope. It'd been funnier.
Thanks, Flat. I did just as you told me, and the wavekin went down just like a sack of papotes. Let's find something else. Think I can handle the yabbies now. Should we? I think I can handle the yabbies now. Should we try something different? What else is out there? Search your surroundings for phobads. You may use, or you may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Blah blah blah. Same difference as last time. All right. Find its weak point. Its eyes, in my opinion. The phobad's hands are large and powerful, but destroying its crystallized core should render the salt golem inanimate. You sense power pulsating from behind its brow. Sign that I need to go to bed. Ugh, a phobad. How do I feed one of those? Destroy the coal within its brow. Just hit it really, really hard as you can. Inside its head, try to stab it right between the eyes then. Looks flat. Pant. It's not easy, fighting with the liberator of Alamigo watching your every move, but I got the job done. Thanks for the advice, Flat. I feel a lot better prepared for my patrols now. Any road, we should get back to the Saltery before Granddad starts to worry I've been snipped into pieces and fed to Yabby's hatchlings. Let's hurry up and tell Granddad how the hunt went. It'll set his mind at ease. I tried to. I see you've returned in one piece. Dealt with those beasties then, did you? I fought them off myself, after a bit of instruction from Flat here, like. Once I shared the information with what I've learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Good lad. A fine young man you become, Whiskar. A fine young man indeed. Too often of late I hear tales of folk over in the city, drunk in victory and hungry for revenge, their heads stuck firmly in their asses, or in the past. But we need to set our sights to the future, on things which will improve our lot. Things like getting Saltery ready and welcome our long-lost countrymen. Hey, complete. Next quest, a blissful arrival. Is one of two left. However, I am too darn tired tonight to finish this, unfortunately. I will definitely be jumping back on tomorrow, though, because I'm trying to get these done before the expansion comes out. The early access starts in like 11 days, and I've got to get, well, got those two quests left, and there's, after that, so I've got two quests left of patch 4.1, and then there's patch 4.2, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quests. 4.3 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quests. Patch 4.4 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quests. 4.5 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not too many there. And 4.56 has 2 quests. So I've got a little bit of questing to do, but I will be getting there I don't know. It won't take me too long, I think. Tomorrow I will probably blow through the 2 quests left of 4.1. All of 4.2 is what I'd like to get through tomorrow. Maybe even all of 4.3 if I can really grind her out, because I kind of want to get to another dungeon. So that sounds fun. But however, I really, I need to get some sleep. I feel like I'm dying. I'm stumbling. I'm having trouble vocalizing what I want to say, which is just, I want sleep. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and I will do more of this questing, so hopefully more people will join in. And yeah, let your friends know if you're interested in Final Fantasy, or if they are, maybe they want to check it out. Anyways, guys, take it easy tonight. Great having you with me, and I hope to see you again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.